Hello and welcome. Today I am partnering with Lectron, who sent me their mobile connector for Teslas here, and I'm going to do an unboxing and then test it to see how well it works. They did not stipulate that I must say anything about this. They just sent it and said, can you make a video about that? So that's what I'm doing today. Now this mobile connector that they've sent me can handle either 16 amps or 32 amps. Keep in mind this 32 amps, that would be plugged into a NEMA 1450 outlet, which is a 50 amp circuit, and it can put 32 amps into the car. Or the standard household outlet, a NEMA 515, and it can handle that at 16 amps. So this is either a level 1 or a level 2 mobile connector that you could use either in your house on a regular basis, or if you could put it in your car and take it on road trips and charge from varied sources. So let's get this unboxed and see what's inside. Now, right away in opening this, I'm seeing that they have a really nice carrying case that it comes in. I'm going to put the box aside. And yeah, this would be a great case to be able to keep it in while it's in the car if you're not actively using it. Upon opening it inside, we see that it comes here with the user manual. And then we have some cross straps here to keep things organized. So I'm going to get this pulled out. Okay, I've taken everything out of the box and laid it out here. So we have the standard household outlet plug right here. We have the NEMA 1450 plug, and then this is the unit itself. Now this is 21 feet long is this cord, and you can see that the charger plug has the Tesla end on it, and then it has the button right here for stopping the charging when you're ready to pull it out. And this handle is fairly substantial. It's actually a little bit thicker than the Tesla mobile connector that comes from Tesla. The cord has this interesting textured feel. It feels fairly rugged. And then here is the charge unit itself and where everything plugs in at the end of it. And let's try that out. Feels firm, so that's good. And then we have a screen right here, which we'll test out when we are ready to do just that. And then it has all the information here on the back showing the different modes and the error lights that you may encounter depending on the situation that you're plugged into. All right, let's get this plugged into the 240 volt outlet first. This is my outlet right there, and that is going up to my Juicebox Pro 40, which is right here. And that is what I normally use to charge my Tesla. And that cord comes up this way, and I have it going along the side of the garage door here, and then I have some excess in a loop right there, and then I have this metal bar that spans the whole garage so that I can have it be hanging right here in the middle of the garage, and that is the handle that I normally plug into our Tesla. Now, I have a video about this that I made. I'll post a card above that shows how I put that together. So right now, I also have a temporary setup where I have this Camco 30-foot 50 amp extension cord, and that is actually going across the garage this way, and it's going out a window out that way, and that window is going here to the RV, and then it's coming into that external outlet on the RV. And so this is how I pull the energy from our solar array on the roof of our trailer on a daily basis and keep the RV batteries less than full so that the solar can produce everything. And I'll put a card above as well to how I installed those solar panels on the roof. And I'll probably just put the playlist of all of the videos how I did this. And I also use the mini split here to keep the batteries warm in the winter and cool in the summer, things like that. So anyway, brief primer on that. So over here, I'm going to now unplug the Juicebox Pro 40, and then I'm going to plug in the Lectron mobile connector right here. And as you can see, this is the NEMA 1450 connector. So I'm just going to plug that in right there. Oh, actually the ground prong on this is down, and I did that because the Juicebox Pro 40 mounts better when it's up above and the cord can go straight up. So I'm going to plug this in. There we go. It's plugged in now. And you can see here the light has lit up on the Lectron. And so now I'm going to take the rest of the cord, and it's kind of hard to do with one hand. So I'm going to run it down here along the side of our motorized couch, and then I will get that plugged in and show you that part. I've got the cord run down the length here, and the Tesla is in place. And with the 21-foot cord that this mobile connector comes with, it easily wraps around to the rear of the car and to our charge port door. Now, you'll see if I push the button here on this charger. It doesn't actually open the charge port door on the Tesla. Ours is equipped with a push button, so it just pops out. And then let's put this in. All right, it's blinking green. Let's see what it looks like in the car. Over here on the charger, when it actually is charging the car, you can see there's an animation of the green dots moving to the right. Okay, this is what it looks like in the car. Right now you can see the car battery's down to 19%. I ran it down for the last couple of days so that I could do this test. Right now I have the charge limit set to 80%, and we're going to do 80% for the 240 volt outlet. And then I'm going to switch to the NEMA 515 outlet, and we'll do that last 10% with the slower charge method. Now, one thing I'm noticing is down here that it's limiting the charge rate to 31 amps instead of 32. I think it's just a matter of how the Tesla displays that information. You can see over here the plus sign is grayed out, so we can't make it go any higher, and that's the max that the mobile connector will send to it. Now, this doesn't show us any more information thanks to Tesla software update. It used to have more information on this screen. So you can see right now it's estimating 6.5 hours to charge from 19% up to the 80% charge limit that I have it set to right now. It says over here 7 kilowatts. So if we take 242, which is what it was a second ago, and we multiply that by 31, you'll see that that means 7,502 watts, so 7.5 kilowatts. However, 7.68 kilowatts is what it would be if it was exactly 32 amps at 240 volts. So it's actually really close to that, and I think that's good enough. So now let's cut to several hours from now, and we'll see how warm the cord is while it is charging for many, many hours. The car is indicating at 240 volts and 31 amps, and it has 10 more minutes until it gets to 80%. Right now in my garage, it is 51 degrees. It has now been 6 hours and 15 minutes of charging, and 42 kilowatt hours have now gone into the battery of the Tesla. I'm now showing you this with my FLIR thermal imaging camera. You can see this is the plug, which is showing about 62 degrees. And then the wire just past the plug is at about 71 degrees, which is very acceptable. Over here where it plugs into the actual device, it's more like, it's like 74, 70, low 70 degrees. And then the hottest part of the device is right here, and that is showing just over 100 degrees, about 100 degrees right there on the device. And then going out this way is back to the same temperature as before, or just higher, mid to high 70s on that cord. And then coming around over here behind the Tesla, you can see clearly where the cord is going, because it is definitely warmer than the ambient temperature, which is around 52 degrees. And right here, as an example, on the arm of this couch, the temperature of the plug is 68, 69 degrees. And then it loops around down here past the back of the car, and let's see what the temperature is of the cement down here. So the cement is showing up at 45, 46 degrees, and the wire is at 59. And then coming up over this way to the side of the car, the back part of the handle is about 62 degrees, and the handle's in the 50s, so quite cool. And then going into the actual car, it's 56, 57, 58 degrees. Now obviously this would be warmer if it was summertime, but the difference between the ambient temperature and the device is not that much. So now I'm going to switch over to the other connector for the standard household outlet at 15 amps, or 16 amps in this case, and we'll see how that goes. To stop charging it, I just press this button right here, wait a moment, and then the connector turns white and it lets me pull it out. Okay, I'm back in the car, and it is charging from the standard household outlet adapter, and you can see here it is actually pulling in 12 amps. We can see more information over here in the instrument cluster, and there it's pulling 12 amps at 119 volts, which is basically 1.4 kilowatts. And right now the battery is at 73%. We drove it a little bit since I last unplugged it, and I have it set to charge to a maximum of 83%. So for 10%, it is estimating it will take 9 hours and 25 minutes. So obviously a standard household outlet is very slow. Everyone should know that. But in a worst case scenario, I've used it before to charge the entire car, like from the side of a hotel or something. And when it's all that's available, if you have enough time, it actually does work. So anyway, I'm going to go inside and summarize this now. In summary, I've been using this mobile connector for a couple of weeks now, and it gets the job done. It's a functional alternative to Tesla's mobile connector. It is 1 foot longer, so that length might be important to you. It's about the same though to me. The cord has a nice rubberized texture on the outside, which I like, but the inside wire is stiffer than I prefer, so it's not easiest to handle, but it's okay. The max amps that it can handle is the same at 32 amps as Tesla's mobile connector, and so that's pretty much the same. It does come with NEMA 1450 and the NEMA 515 adapters, which is the same thing that Tesla's mobile connector comes with by default, but Lectron only has those two as options, whereas Tesla has a whole kit of NEMA connectors for various outlet types. Hopefully in the future, Lectron offers additional adapters, and that will make this offer more compelling. Otherwise, if you need to connect to different outlet types, you may have to use the Tesla mobile connector, or what I actually recommend is this video that I'll link above that is my methodology, where I take the NEMA 1450 connector and I connect to a 50 amp, which is a NEMA 1450 plug extension cord, 30 foot long. And then at the other end of that is where I use my adapters to adapt from TT30 or NEMA 515, like a welding outlet you might find in a shop, for instance. And I adapt that to NEMA 1450 so that it connects with this extension cord. And then what I have to do in that case is I manually adjust the amps in the car, or you can do it in your app nowadays as well. And that gives you a lot of options for being able to connect to various connection types, and you can even be 50 or 51 feet away from the car. Over the last few weeks, as I've been using this mobile connector, I reached out to Lectron asking why it says 16 amps on the box, because that doesn't really match any normal outlet type. And they looked into it and they said, oh, that's a mistake. So they have actually corrected that now on their website. It shows that it's a 12 amp charger 8 or 32 amp. And then also on Amazon, before it had two types offered, a 12 amp type and a 16 amp type. And now they have removed the 16 and it's just 12. So that's clarified now from what I saw on the box when it said 16. I didn't quite understand what they meant by that. This device costs $324 on Lectron's website, and on Amazon it's a moving target. The price keeps changing over the last few weeks that I've been monitoring it. And I'll put a link in the description down below to both of those sites where you can go buy this mobile connector. But Tesla's mobile connector is $230. I don't see a really compelling reason why there should be that big of a price difference between them. So that's what it is right now. I will continue using this mobile connector, and if I see any difference in pricing or if they add different adapter type, I'll put a pinned comment down below to that effect so that you can get some updated information that way. And so post in the comments down below what mobile connector you would go with or what you have already gone with. And with that, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.